It's very exciting in San Francisco now. I love it when there's something positive happening. It's not all that common. So we have this new center, the SF Jazz Center. It's a big hall. It seats around 500 people. Not exactly intimate, but it's great. It's great, and it's very high tech. So this is the first weekend. We've got the jazz going on right now outside. This is the first weekend, and Zakir Hussain is giving 3 concerts with various jazz musicians. And last night was what they're calling a living room event. The host is talking with Zakir Hussain. They're sitting there in chairs, and the place was pretty well filled. I think the rest of the concerts are sold out, actually. And they were talking, he was talking, reminiscing about his childhood, about his musical training, his musical life. Now, I remember him very well from 40 years ago or more, in the 70s at the ASEA Eastern Arts Center in Berkeley. And he played a lot. There was something about it that I just didn't really warm up to. He was very, very brilliant and very, very young. Probably late teens, at least, maybe even a little, earlier than late. And just the most exuberant creature you could imagine. And filled with just his zest for life and his zest for music and enthusiasm and his zest for playing, his joy in playing. And it was, he was playing with Ali Akbar Khan and various wonderful musicians. Of course, he played with Ravi Shankar for many years. His father was Ala Raka, so he had a lot going for him. It was too much for me, for what I wanted to get from when I was listening to Indian music. It's not that I wanted it weak, but there was so much presence there. So I always had a little less than enthusiastic response. So now he's in his early 60s, late 50s, somewhere there. And he was talking, about his early years. And at one point he said, when I used to play, I just wanted to do what I did on the tabla. I was using the tabla. And I played the faster the better, loud. I liked it loud and fast. And I was practicing and executing all of my abilities on the tabla. And I was saying to myself, that's just what I remember. And then he said, the evening was interspersed with some musical recorded things that they just would slip in on occasion. And they had slipped in this very sensitive recording. I don't know, because I haven't kept up with his career. I didn't persist. I just kind of quit. So he was like using the tabla in such a way that there were actually melodies coming out. I mean, you could hear so much. And that's what prompted him to start talking about this, how he had played at one time, and how then he grew to realize that the tabla was a creature. it had a sound. It had something to say beyond what he had to say, beyond what he was going to do to it. And when he began to find the inherent sound of that instrument and be able to play with that, that brought him to a new level. This was, it was very, it made me very happy to hear that, because that's always been a basic idea of mine in my teaching. And maybe even with myself, I can remember when I would just, let's play this Bach fugue. I was me playing a Bach fugue on a harpsichord. I don't know how deeply I got into the sound of a harpsichord until I think I was 40. And one day I just played a low A. I had a new harpsichord. It was a Dowd Blanchet model, and I was wondering what was its sound. And I played a low A for a long time. It must have been maybe 10 minutes. And started hearing these wonderful things, these overtones, and started to play. Growing out of that, it turned out to be something I called the big room. I felt like I was in a space, a big room with this sound, the sound of that harpsichord. And what I was doing to the harpsichord was not what it was all about. It was letting the instrument and be heard. And I've always felt in my teaching, especially when I get a pianist who is starting harpsichord, the first thing that most of them want to do, since it's a keyboard like a piano, and they can play the Fantasia or some great toccata anyway on piano, well, sit down at a harpsichord, play it, do it, you know how to do it, you can play it. F sharp is still F sharp, it's fine. With no moment even of wondering, what is this sounding like? What is this instrument asking for in order to deliver its most beautiful sound? So there were many aspects to the pleasure that I got from listening to him speak last night. I'm very grateful that they had this evening.